Comenzamos con el mismo orden por la mañana, por favor. Y
Y
ella lo va a presentar y ella va a traducir todo.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the press conference. First, we have Coach Michael Findley, and then we have player Keziah Martín.
Mister, ¿qué se espera del partido de mañana, luego de lo sucedido en el juego de ida en Hamilton? ¿Qué tipo de partido se espera?
What type of match do you expect tomorrow after the last match that you had?
I think I expect something very similar. I think that both teams have something to prove. Certainly our players know full well that that we did not get the result that we wanted, but we also were very pleased with our application. We were very disappointed we were not able to hold on to our lead after halftime, and we feel very strongly that we have character and we have fight and we have ability that we want to make amends for that. As it relates to Honduras, I hope they understand that you just don't come to someone's home and upset them without having a response. So I'm sure they're going to come full of energy and full of fight, and because they want to make their fans and the people of Honduras proud, and I'm sure that there's some pressure on them now because I think maybe the result on Friday was not necessarily what they were expecting.
Mr. Here, Emil Moreno for Canal 11. I want to ask, the match last year, Honduras won 1-6. What difference do you see between that Honduras and this 2025 Honduras?
Well, I mean, there's also the difference of us too, but your question to the Honduras team, I mean, there's been changes that have made. Professor has decided to look into his depth and bring different players in for different looks for probably different reasons. I still see a Honduras team with the fight that they always have, and the strong in many positions, energetic, very physical. I think from our point of view, our game is different than it was last year because it was a different situation. It was part of our World Cup qualifying group. This is a two-match affair to try and qualify for the Gold Cup. So as you probably saw by Friday, our application and our setup was different than it was in June for reasons that are part of our growth and planning.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches, Gabriela Matamoros. Profesor, solamente le traslado lo que decía hoy el profesor Reinaldo Rueda, que esperaba que Bermuda iba a ser igual de complicada que allá en Hamilton. ¿Qué le parecen las palabras del profesor?
So she's just reiterating the words of the coach this morning that Bermuda would have been just as complicated as it was in the first match. What is your opinion, or what are your remarks about this?
Yeah, I mean, Ronaldo, he's a very experienced man, and he is very well known in football cultures, and from my perspective, he understands his opponent very well, and I think he saw on Friday night a team that was willing to implement a plan and had the fight and the interest in being successful under what we considered to be our tactical setup. So I think he's correct. He knows that we're not just going to show up here and come for the pleasure of the Honduran people. We are here to represent the Bermudian people and Bermuda, and these players are very, very much committed to that.
Mister, un gusto, Gerardo Lucio de Pasión HN. Vimos en los partidos de ida a selecciones del Caribe compitiendo en las de Centroamérica. Hoy por hoy el fútbol del Caribe, ¿cómo está en cuanto a competencia? ¿Cree que ha crecido mucho en comparación a Centroamérica?
How would you say is the Caribbean tournament or the Caribbean teams compared to the Central American teams? Would you say that it has had a lot of growth in the past couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, Bermuda is seen sometimes as a Caribbean team. It's not really a Caribbean team; it's a North American team from a geographical point of view. But for the smaller member associations of CONCACAF, the standard has continually improved because CONCACAF has created a platform for competition. So what you're seeing results that you never saw before because teams are playing, teams are training, Teams are preparing better. They're being put in situations where they can improve. They're being put in situations where they get experience against teams like Honduras. You saw the result the other night of Jamaica and St. Vincent Grenadines. You know, those are the type of results that can only help the smaller member associations and make CONCACAF much more competitive. Because for many, many years, even when I was with Canada, you know, you didn't expect much for the Caribbean teams other than some early fight and you know, they'd make it difficult for you, but then they'd lose their way. Not now. No game is easy in CONCACAF. I don't care what anybody says. Whether it's the venues you're playing in, whether it's the players who are now playing globally, the game is expanded. These players are playing in different parts and regions of the world, including obviously players for Honduras. So, but in terms of smaller MAs, we've seen extreme growth, and I think it's very positive for the CONCACAF region based on the competition platform and the demands of that competition platform.
Good afternoon, Denis Beatoro for Channel 8. It comes to my mind, your answer from the first question, that the kind of response you guys kind of have on the pitch, right? Basically saying that means you guys are going to be like open for the results since the beginning of the game. And second of all, how important is for you guys that you're not going to be playing with a crowd on the stands? Well,
From my perspective, I'm not sure how many people are going to be here because I think it's closed door, isn't it? So for us, you know, to be honest, I would rather have fans in the stands because I think it's really important for our players to live and breathe that type of atmosphere, which is intense and competitive, and it tests you, right? I don't think it changes our tactical setup at all. You know, we have a plan that we'll continue to implement. And I don't think anybody, you know, there's no secrets in football really anymore, is there? So, you know, they know that we're going to come out and make it difficult for them. We're going to try to deny opportunities. We're going to try and benefit from our own opportunities when they're presented to us. And we have to be smart, responsible, and very well organized, but with that underpinning idea of we're here for the fight.
Por acá, Keziah, ¿qué te sorprendió de Honduras del primer partido el pasado viernes en Hamilton? ¿Qué fue lo más fuerte que le viste a tu rival, a Honduras, en este caso?
What would you say surprised you from Honduras in the first match, and what would you say was your biggest strength in that match?
I wouldn't really say it was any surprises because we played them the previous year, so they played kind of the same way to what they done last year in the World Cup qualifiers. They keep the ball a lot of energy, a lot of rotation, a lot of overloading different sides, really. So nothing really surprised me like that, really.
Buenas noches, bienvenidos a Honduras. ¿Qué tan difícil, qué tan complejo para ambos, qué tan complejo puede ser tratar de buscar un resultado ya que lo llevan adverso en esta cuestión de visitante? Buenas noches.
How complicated would you say it is to get the result, the desirable result, given the outcome from the first match? And the question is for both of you.
I'll go first. We come here knowing it's going to be a tough task to do. A lot of people probably don't believe that we're going to do it, but we come here with full belief that we could get the job done. But we are fully aware how tough the task is going to be.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I mean, as I said, there's not many secrets in football anymore, and you know, you're looking at an opponent, 7th ranked team in CONCACAF, many appearances in Gold Cups, Nations League, World Cups. You know, there's your obvious. From our perspective, is that this is a great test, and we look forward to it. And as Keziah just said there, you know, I believe in these players wanting success, and I believe in these players being able to apply themselves correctly, and we're looking for a strong performance. And as I said after the game on Friday, if FIFA changes games to 70 minutes, I think we've done really well. So, but that's not the case. So we have to be smart and be able to play for 90 minutes.
This question is for both of you guys, right? How to overcome a negative result in the mental part, basically, right? Because coming to Honduras with a negative result, trying to overcome that game and try to win the bracket, right? How you guys prepare to overcome that kind of result?
I can only speak for myself. When I lose, I remember how it feels to lose and just really don't want to replicate that feeling for myself. So I just try to prepare myself, prepare with my team, my staff, to come and do the best I can to not lose again.
Aquí Miguel Bonilla para Fútbol a la Carta y Repremarcas TV. Profesor, independientemente del resultado, usted seguirá a la cabeza de Bermudas y también qué proyecto tiene la Federación de Bermuda a mediano plazo para el crecimiento del fútbol de Bermuda.
Regardless of the outcome, would you stay as the head of the Bermudan team, and what plans do you have on short term and long term for the team?
Yeah, as far as I know, I am. Football's a funny world, though, you know that. Our plan is very well laid out. We have a game to play tomorrow night with the hope of creating history for Bermuda and Bermudian football and qualify for a Gold Cup. Having said that, we also know that we have two very important games in June in our World Cup qualifying. 2 victories there, and we move on to round 3, which is a monumental feat for Bermudian football and could pave the way for some great change and growth in the game, both in Bermuda and for the players that are participating. So we have a plan that's in place, and we will have plans that will be enacted once we know the results. My interest continues to be with Bermuda. I'm committed to this project and these players because I think we have really good things on the horizon. We're very, very close.
Buenas, nuevamente para usted. ¿Cree que les trae ventaja a ustedes que no va a haber público en esta ocasión en nuestro estadio? Cuando normalmente juega la selección hay estadio lleno. ¿Cree que eso no les va a perjudicar o les trae un beneficio a ustedes para mañana?
Similar to the question that was previously asked, would you say that it's beneficial to your team that the game is playing in closed doors, or would you say that it's going to affect the team in some way?
For me personally, again, for myself, I prefer to play in front of fans. Playing in front of no fans, it doesn't feel the same for me. But I mean, as a team, it probably evens the playing field a little bit because there wouldn't be much Bermudians here. There would probably be more Hondurans. So I guess team-wise, it kind of evens the playing field a little bit for us. But for me personally, I would prefer to play in front of fans.
Okay, thank you very much. With this, we have come to the end of today's press conference.
Muchas gracias. Buena suerte.